Hello, bosses all around the world, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing a review of The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 13, Bury Me Here. And damn, what episode this was. I mean, literally, this was such a good episode. And the only reason why it was a good episode is because it was a Morgan episode. And if you guys know, Morgan is my favorite character. I mean, damn, this episode was really good. So we start off this episode by seeing the little typical lives of the kingdom. We get to see a bit of King Ezekiel. We get to see a bit of Morgan talking to Carol. Carol comes back to the kingdom. She's like at the kingdom. She's like to Ezekiel, no, she goes into the kingdom and talks to Morgan a bit, asks him straight away. She asks Morgan, is everyone in Alexandria good? Is anyone hurt? Morgan says, you should ask Daryl about all of that stuff. And then Carol goes home again. And then Morgan goes and Morgan goes and trains Benjamin. He goes and trains Benjamin's little brother, who's basically his father. No, he's not his father, but he's his little brother, but he's bringing him up as a father since the beginning of the kingdom meeting, what's his name, Negan, because they killed his father. Anyway, yeah, Morgan meets him. Morgan goes and trains him because the little brother wanted to be able to put Benjamin on his back and knock him down and just beat him, like fight him when he was having a 1v1 with the sticks and all that stuff. After that, we get to see the group go out. I mean, we don't get to see the group. We get to see this lady, that's talking to King Ezekiel about the what's it called? What was it? The weeds or something. The weeds, or was it something that was bothering the vegetables and all of that stuff? The fruit and vegetables that they're making and all that stuff they're growing. They're saying about how they have to burn them and cut them down and all of that stuff. And then she says, "This is a nice cut. You can cut them out and you can burn them. They're all gonna go, but you can easily make them again." Now this quote stuck with me for the whole of this episode, because damn, I'll talk about it later, but this quote stuck with me for the whole of this episode because it basically means that you can kill people, people will die, friends will die, and it's basically saying friends will die, but you can always make new friends and you can learn from it and all of that stuff, and they can be stronger or bigger or something like that. But yeah, after all of that stuff, we get to see a bit of we get to see Ezekiel's group go out to meet the saviors again, to go and give them their weekly supplies and all of that stuff. But then they're they're delayed because there's what's that thing called? There's lots of, I forgot what they're called. Oh my gosh. Yeah, trolleys, because of the trolleys. Yeah, we learned that the group gets delayed because of the trolleys, and then they go in and they move the trolleys, all of that stuff, all of them, Richard, Morgan, Benjamin, Ezekiel, all of them. They go in and they remove the trolleys, and then after that they go and they meet the saviors, and then they're supposed to give them 12 pieces of vegetables, but they only had 11, and this was bad. Really bad, because literally the saviors, I don't know why, but they took it to heart. I mean, it was one piece of vegetable, just one. So what they do is they're like, oh, we need to make an example or something, there needs to be something, blah blah blah. So then what they do is they say someone has to die. So then one of the saviors puts a gun up to Benjamin's face and says, well, he's gonna kill him. And then Benjamin's crying, panicking, I don't know why, well, because he's gonna die. So then he's like, just do it. Looks directly down the gun, just do it. But he says, nah. It was just exactly like Negan, like, nah. He points the gun directly at Benjamin and shoots the gun, and he just pulls the trigger. I'm like, damn, Benjamin. I mean, he shoots it right on his leg. He shoots him right on his leg. He shot him in the exact spot to make him bleed out, fam. And then King Ezekiel, he started panicking. He's like, we need to go. He's gonna bleed out. All of that stuff. But then the leader of that little savior group is still talking to him, trying to make him. He's still talking to Ezekiel, trying to make him assure, make him know that the Saviors is not a game, that they're saviors, all of that stuff. And then literally they take Benjamin back to Carol's place, and then they try and revive him, but boom, sadly he is dead. He dies. Benjamin dies, and I was like, damn, man. Literally, like, I can't believe Benjamin died like that. Like, I mean, I knew he was gonna die. I could see it happening. I could see it. I mean, I even said this in one of my reviews before. Literally, it has to take someone to die. It has to take someone to die. Someone close to Morgan and Carol to die for them to know that they have to kill. And literally, Benjamin dies in front of Carol and Morgan. Morgan snaps, fam. He snaps. He I don't know, he just walked out the house and he walked around and he panicked, fam. He was like, he was going back to his clear stuff. Like, he was closing his eyes. You were seeing Claire on the wall. You were seeing his little prop. You're seeing, I mean, his son, his wife, all of that stuff. All of that, all the way from season 3, man. Damn, man. Literally, you get to see season 3 Morgan back for a little bit. He's like, you must clear, all of that stuff. I'm like, damn, man. I mean, he was even talking in his old voice. Like, the way he carries himself is exactly how he carries himself in season 3. Never thought I was going to see that again. Actually, I did, but I didn't. I hope it doesn't go to how as bad as it was in season 3, man. To the extent where he's going out of his way to kill people. But yeah, after he does his little clear stuff, Morgan goes and talks to, what's his name? Talks to King Ezekiel. No, he doesn't even go and talk to King Ezekiel. Actually, no, he does. He goes in and he talks to King Ezekiel about Benjamin, all that stuff. Like, they go home, everyone's a bit sad and depressed. But no, hold on, I missed a key detail. Literally, as Morgan was on his little clear stuff and was getting all mad and that, he kicked over a recycling bin, and then he saw where the one piece of fruit was, the one piece of vegetable that was missing was. So he picks it up, and then he realizes that, oh, it was Richard's fault, because Richard's the one that hid the thing over there. And he noticed that when he did the little flashback thing where he noticed that Richard was behind, and he clearly put 2 and 2 together. So then what Morgan does is he goes back to the kingdom, confronts Richard about it, and Morgan was staring at him like exactly how Morgan used to stare at the bread maker or whatever his name is, and like on that little flashback episode, he was staring at him. He wanted to kill him. He wanted him dead, but he held it in. He didn't even kill him. He just heard Richard out and walked out the room. And yeah, I mean, Morgan firmed it for now. He firmed it, and then Richard was like, I'll go and I'll own up to King Ezekiel about everything I'd done. He tried to let it work, but when Morgan asked Richard again what happened, when this is like the next day when they're going to do another supply drop to the saviors. What's it called? Morgan asks Richard, so did you tell him yet? Did you tell him? He's like, no, I'll do it right after this. And then Morgan's like, and then what's it called? Morgan's like, no, now. Richard's like, after. It's more important after. And then even Ezekiel's like, now, but he's like, no, after. But then after that, they're all exchanging them stuff. They all talk. I mean, the leader of that little savior group tells the hothead of the group, the I don't even know his name. What one is he? The crazy one, the one that just wants to kill for some reason. The one that's just always causing beef. The one that took Morgan's stuff. He tells him to go and walk home before he changes his mind and kills him. And then, what's it called? Richard goes to speak to the savior. Like, I understand all of that stuff. But Morgan switched. He genuinely switched. He went and he whacked the savior around the head, and he just choked him to death. Literally wrapped his hands around his neck and choked him to death. He strangled him. I'm like, damn, Richard. I didn't even know. No, I mean, I'm literally, Richard died. I'm like, damn, Richard, I can't believe you died from the hands of Morgan. And I also thought, I mean, I actually thought Richard was gonna go somewhere. I thought it was gonna be a major character in the show. Literally, I thought it was gonna go and at least die in season 8 or something like. But sadly, Richard couldn't make it to season 8. He just died. He literally died by the hands of Morgan, and that was sad, man. Cause no, it wasn't sad, but it literally would. And when I saw it, I was like, damn, Morgan switched. Like, I'd never seen Morgan go like that from since, like, even in season 3 was the last time I saw him like that. He just snapped, like, he just went, whacked him under the stick, choked him out. I just really can't believe that. And then, as Morgan's lying on the floor, no, sitting on the floor, he starts talking to both the Saviors and the Kingdom people. He starts talking to Ezekiel and the Saviors group. He's like, oh, I did that because he lied. He's the one that did it. He did it all on purpose. He's the one that created that what's it called, that delay, and he's the one that took the vegetable and all of that stuff. He did it on purpose just so we can prove a point and all of that stuff. And then Morgan just switches and he's like, so it's his fault he got Dwayne dead. And then, I mean, Ezekiel was crying at this point. I don't know, but it was an emotional moment. And then Ezekiel's like, Dwayne. And then Morgan freaks out. He's like, no. I mean Benjamin. And I was like, damn, man. I mean, literally, that moment just there shows me how close Benjamin was to Morgan. I mean, I actually like Benjamin. He was actually a really good character, you know. I mean, he was literally a really good character. He needed time to develop, man. I didn't want to see him die, but he had to die. He was such a good character, man. I mean, he would have been like Morgan's young apprentice and all of that stuff. He would have been like the young Morgan, man. I mean, to even watch a point to which when Morgan dies, I would have been more like, oh, Benjamin's still here, but I can't believe Benjamin's gone, man. He was a good character. I mean, he was a really good character. Even Morgan knows it, because Morgan was like, oh, he even called Benjamin Dwight. Literally, I miss Benjamin. He was a good character already, man. It's only one episode. He was a good character. He could have been someone like Glenn, but he just didn't think, man. Sadly, he had to go. The Saviors, man, the way they work just don't make no sense. But anyway, after all of that stuff, after Morgan talks about him, Morgan calls Benjamin, Dwayne, all of that stuff. Morgan then goes, knocks on Carol's door and tells her about Glenn, Abraham, Spencer, Olivia, all of them. And then Carol just, I don't know, man. I don't even know. Like, he's just like, she cries in tears. Literally learning of the death of Glenn and Abraham, she started crying. Literally, and Morgan just, I don't know what he's on right now. He's literally on the he's on the maddest thing. And I really don't know, man. Hopefully Morgan will still gonna be okay. Like, I don't want him to go back to that Claire stuff. I mean, literally the roles have changed now, man. Morgan then goes and lives in Carol's place. Carol says, okay, cool. She goes to the king, Ezekiel, and says, I want to fight. And then Ezekiel's like, we're gonna fight, just not today. So that shows Morgan, and that shows that Ezekiel's on board. He just needs a bit more to convince him. Then he's going to be on board fully to be fighting the Saviors, which is going to be really good. And Morgan, he's back living in Carol's house by himself, and he was sharpening his stick. And then I really don't know, man. He's going to start going on this killing stuff, and I don't want him to go on this killing stuff because he's going to have to start going back on this Claire stuff if he does that. I mean, maybe if there's a way for Morgan to be able to kill people and not go crazy about it, I'll be good. But as long as he doesn't go back to that Claire stuff, I'm all good, man, because I like Morgan. He's a really good character. But yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed this video. Literally, bury me here. Really good episode. I mean, oh, I forgot to even say, when Morgan killed Richard, he went and buried him in the place where Richard dug up and all of that stuff. But yeah, man, Morgan's dead. I'm not Morgan. Benjamin has died and Richard has died. Benjamin was a really good character. Can't believe he's gone. Richard, damn, Morgan switched on him. None of them needed to die. They were both really good characters. But Richard, he caught Morgan at a wrong time, man. Let's just say that. But yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed this video. 3 more episodes left and it's done. Season 7 is finished, man. So yeah, I can't wait to see the next 3 episodes. So yeah, I'll see you in season 7 episode 14's video, and I hope you have all enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And Bossman out.